Hey guys, what's up? Kurt Magoosh Sports here, and today we are discussing the Senior Bowl quarterbacks here. We're going to do a little ranking right now of the quarterbacks that are in Mobile at the Senior Bowl, the 6 quarterbacks that could be taken. And Matt Corral is not on that list. So for me, my number one quarterback is Carson Strong. He's showing more mobility. The knee looks fixed. He has a big arm, can make every single throw. He's going to be a starting quarterback for a long time. He reminds me a little bit of Ben Roethlisberger, that he's really big, big-bodied guy who can take the wear and tear. He's not too thin. Now, does he move well? He had a huge knee injury a couple of years ago. But listen, what Jordan Palmer said was really eye-opening for a guy that's watched Strong a long time in Nevada, is that, listen, his knee was a little bit banged up, and, listen, he could have opted out of the entire season, but it was one thing where rest and healing it is the only way that the knee was going to get better. So he had a knee thing a couple of years back, all right? Carson Strong, his numbers at Nevada were just stupid good, all right? This year they lost a really tight game at Fresno. He made Romeo Doubs better. Romeo Doubs, in return, made Carson better. Carson is a quarterback that always looks for the big play. He's a big play, explosive passer. He's exactly the type of quarterback I like in that he hunts big plays. He hunts plays, all right? He's decisive. He throws the ball. He'll throw 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but he'll have over 350 yards. Matt Mummy gave him his entire offense at the University of Nevada. He was in charge of protections and in charge of a lot of other things. Now, did he go through a West Coast, reading, scanning the field and reading 3 people? No. A lot of it's based on pre-snap. A lot of it's spread. A lot of the routes are more simple, but they are just as effective. I could see that Carson Strong would be a great fit with the Atlanta Falcons at like the 13th pick or whenever they pick. The New York Giants in the late first, high second round. He's a Brian Dable type of quarterback. All right. You look at Pittsburgh and you look at the weapons that are on the outside there. Deontay Johnson. You have Chase Claypool and Najee Harris and Smith-Schuster. And, of course, you have Freiermuth there. I think Pittsburgh, again, is a really good fit. This guy is the quarterback 1 for me, no doubt. Because why is he the quarterback 1? He has explosive arm strength, so the arm strength belongs as a starter. So immediately you're good, or you're in a stratosphere kind of by yourself when you have the best arm in the draft class. He throws with a variety of passes. He can gun it in or he can throw it high. He has good height and he has solid build, meaning that, knock on wood, he doesn't get injured a lot, but he's a guy that can withstand hits. He's not the thinnest guy in the world. Desmond Ritter is 6'3". Desmond Ritter is thin, okay? There's certain guys that are thin, certain guys that are sturdy in this quarterback process. So Carson Strong, what are his weaknesses? He doesn't move that well, and his offense was not overly sophisticated for an NFL offense. So it might take, if you're going to roll him in a West Coast, which I wouldn't want to do, okay, I don't want him throwing 5-yard passes. I want him throwing 25 throws, and half those throws are one-on-one go balls, okay? You got to commit to an offense that, hey, he'll throw a couple interceptions, but there's going to be explosive plays. Kind of like Josh Allen. There's going to be growing pains early with stupid interceptions. There's going to also be highs of high, and in a couple of years when he minimizes a couple of decisions, the guy's going to be freaking great. So I view Carson as a 12, 13-year starting quarterback, possible Super Bowl winner, possible Hall of Fame player. All right? Possible. So I think that the guy is a real great quarterback prospect. Another quarterback that has the highest potential in the class is Malik Willis. The way that Malik Willis throws the football, okay, he has a stronger arm than Kyler Murray. His arm strength, when he gets into the league, it's even probably a bigger arm than Carson Strong. Now, he throws he's lower because he's 6'1", so, and he's not 6'2", he's a 6'1", all right? He does have a sturdy build, so I think that, knock on wood, he'll be able to play pretty healthy, and he can withstand hits because he is super strong. Physically, he is a great quarterback, and he's very athletic, okay? He's really good at, when the play breaks down, of running the ball. He's a dual-threat quarterback, all right? That's what he is. So if you're going to run him, like you look at the offense that Jalen Hurts ran, all right? Here's the thing about Jalen Hurts and the way that he was running the offense is that it was a lot of run-read stuff, all right? And that is what Malik Willis is going to be good at, because at Liberty, what was he doing? He was reading one guy and throwing it. Very similar to Carson Strong, all right? Malik Willis, though, unlike Carson Strong, who is not very fast, Malik Willis is an incredible athlete running the football, and Malik Willis can make throws on every different platform and angle. I think Malik Willis is going to be a very likable kid and very easy to work with, very religious kid, and a kid who's been through a ton of adversity, okay? Left his home state of Georgia, went to Auburn, didn't work out at Auburn, matched up with Hugh Freeze, and Hugh Freeze has produced a lot of NFL talent at Ole Miss, all right? So played at Liberty, didn't have the best weapons there, makes the most out of his weapons, and has the strongest arm maybe in years, okay? An even stronger arm than Carson Strong. Can throw high, can throw everywhere. Just at times would force the football sometimes. So in terms of manipulating coverage, yes, all right? I'd say halfway through his rookie year, he should be a starting quarterback. You should have a good offensive line, a good interior offensive line. You want to also have a good tight end to help him out in the middle of the field, all right? So, okay, you look at Lamar Jackson, and Malik Willis and Jackson are different in a lot of ways, all right? Malik Willis is shorter than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's a much better thrower of the ball. In terms of decision-making, Lamar Jackson he is just an artist throwing the football, meaning he just is, his reads, the way he knows the NFL system is very impressive, cerebrally very impressive. Malik Willis is going to be a guy that's a dead rookie that is going to have to learn about, where he can throw the ball, where he can't throw the ball. Lamar Jackson doesn't have the arm of Malik Willis, but Lamar Jackson's really big guy. He's like 6'4.5". He throws the football over the top of everybody. Where Malik Willis, again, you should run him and throw him to the sideline. He's great at throwing at the sideline because what's on the sideline, it's less guys in his face. It's less congestion. With Malik Willis, again, you got to get a fast running back because he can run the football at an elite level. That is his skill set, is running the ball. And also, he's a terrific thrower as well. So he's not just a guy that's a good runner and can't really throw. He has both, and he's going to be a fascinating prospect. And listen, Malik Willis in 13 years, he's going to have a 13-year career, meaning he's going to be great for the first 8 years of his career. Could be awesome, right? But then as he gets to take hits and as he slows down, then you're dealing with a 6'1" quarterback that is probably going to take a lot of hits, all right? So could he have a Cam Newton-like career and hit an MVP? He can. Now, it depends where he gets drafted, but listen, if a whole team devotes the offense to more of a running style zone read option away from a drop back game, I think Malik Willis can be really, he can win an MVP. That's how damn good Malik Willis is. So those two guys are in stratospheres by themselves. Then you look at everybody else in this quarterback class. Everybody else in the quarterback class. Who would be the third quarterback? You have Matt Corral, who has an all right arm, but not the best arm angle, and 6'1.5", the same size as Malik Willis pretty much. You have Sam Howell, who's dead at 6'1". It's a good thrower of the football, not that athletic throwing the ball. Kind of has a ceiling to him. But number 3, I'm going to go with Sam Howell. I'm going to go with Sam Howell in the third spot. Believe he could start for a couple of years, can maybe produce at the similar level of Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. Good running game, play action passer, can be decent, has really good arm strength, and can contribute. Number 4 and number 5 is interesting. Desmond Ritter, both of these guys are going to play a long time. Both of them are really cerebral, all right? So you look at Desmond Ritter, leadership qualities, the best leader in the draft class, all right? You look at Desmond Ritter, he's a winner, meaning that he's won a lot of games and he knows how to win close games, all right? He is a talent throwing the football. He's pretty good throwing it. Just like a Jarrett Stidham, he can really spin the ball, but I think he's a 4th-round value because he oftentimes does make poor decisions, and in terms of him releasing the ball quickly and on time, Bailey Zappe has that ability, all right? Bailey Zappe has a quicker release than Desmond Ritter, and Bailey Zappe could just find his target quicker. I'm taking Bailey Zappe, all right? This kid has defied all odds, went from Houston Baptist all the way to Western Kentucky with Zach Kitley, who's a brilliant offensive coordinator at the University of Texas Tech. I like Bailey Zappe, and I like Desmond Ritter there. Now you're thinking, you didn't mention Pickett or Corral. I don't know if I see Corral having a long career in the NFL. It's not because he's injury prone. It's just because he's shorter. The release is a little funky. I don't see him being consistently good. I know he's going to be drafted pretty high. And then say he's not a good starting quarterback. Is he going to be decent? Will he be complacent being a backup quarterback? Then you look at Kenny Pickett. Again, I view him as a backup quarterback. I do. All right. The hand size, it is concerning. He was a decent quarterback at Pittsburgh, and then he had a Joe Burrow-like season. What does Pickett do exceptionally well? Is he an amazing thrower of the ball? Does he have great velocity? He doesn't, okay? Doesn't have the same velocity as Ritter, as Sam Howell. Doesn't. Can he move around like those guys in the pocket and extend? No. Can't really do that either. His size is fine, but he just strikes me as a backup quarterback at the NFL level. And listen, if Kenny Pickett does great, or if Corral does great, or any of these guys, good on them. But that's how I see this quarterback position. That's how I see this draft class. So those are my opinions, unfiltered, on the quarterback position in Mobile and in the draft class.